Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And tonight I'm going to continue my Star Wars Season 3 Adventures in the Keldor sector. But before we start, I have to clarify some things I said in the last episode. So first, I forgot something, because if you remember, in the second season, my ship, the versatile rust bucket, got a hyperdrive multiplier boost. However, I rolled that the merchant was kind of shady and shifty, and that he sold me a faulty part. And I put down in my notes that this faulty part has a 15% chance of breaking down during any particular hyperspace journey. And I forgot last time to roll those 15%. Okay, so in case any of you noticed, I just wanted to let you know that I forgot. So when I will re-enter hyperspace again in this episode and fly through hyperspace, I will of course make this roll to see if my ship breaks down. And I'm almost afraid to roll it, because you know my luck, it'll probably will break down, because 15% for me is like 90% for anybody else. So yeah, that's my luck. And the other thing I mixed up, but I meant the right thing, but I still wanted to show you, was regarding this communications. And so this is the Star Wars role-playing game, the one and only, the second edition, revised and expanded. And this is like my go-to authority for all things expanded universe, even though, as I've said a couple of times, this D6 system is, in my opinion, not suited for solo play, because if you have to make all the rolls yourself, damage, resistance, dodge, it is a roll fest, and this is just too slow moving for solo gaming. If you play with the GM and he makes the rolls, or maybe makes some rolls in advance, it is a different matter. But for solo, this is not the system for me. However, this product line, the D6 product line that basically created the expanded universe before it became Legends content and before Disney bought it, this game is dripping with flavor and knowledge about the Star Wars galaxy. So for example, I got this Bounty Hunters book that details the entire process of bounty hunting, and I got the rules of engagement, Rebel Spec Force handbook that details like storm commandos and special rebel forces, and of course the planets collection with a unique planet generation system. And this is also, and I've said this a couple of times as well, where the Klingons in the Star Wars universe are introduced, and those are the Koinites, and they are here, page 135, Coin. And this is the planet where they live, and this is how they look. And they're a noble warrior species, and they're well known for a mercenary guild, the Mercenary Guild of Coin. And here it talks about Koinite society, but if you look at the Koinite weapons that they use, so this is the Koinite battle armor made from the Waltzor plants. But look at those bladed weapons. Well, it's not exactly a bat'leth, but look at this dagger here, the sword. So this screams Klingons in the Star Wars universe, because when I was introducing basically my Eldridian race, people went like, there are elves in Star Wars? Well, there's anything in Star Wars. And as a matter of fact, there are elves, and we looked this up. These are they're called Selfie, spelled with PH, and they were just formerly known as elfish humanoids. So yes, there are also elves in Star Wars, but these are the Koinites, are basically the Star Wars Klingons. But I digress. I just wanted to show you that This product line is just dripping with fluff and flavor. And here we have a short section about communications in the space travel and combat section, and here it is expanded in the technology section of the universe section. And I was talking last time all the time about hyper transceivers, but what I really meant are subspace transceivers, because these are the ones that are affordable and that are installed on spaceships, but also in sector government buildings and communication satellites throughout a sector. So here it says in the short version, subspace transceivers. Most ships are equipped with a subspace transceiver, and now this is the important part, for real-time communication. So this allows for real-time communication over vast distances, however limited. Most vessels have a short-range unit, but now it goes, for example, an X-Wing, which is like a small starfighter. An X-Wing subspace transceiver has a maximum range of 25 light years, so I wouldn't really call this really short range. And here it goes on, with sufficient power, subspace transceivers may boost signals to a range of 100 light years or more. These devices are also used to send out distress signals if a ship is damaged in open space. Also used, but they're also used for normal communications. Because here it says, a little bit expanded, subspace transceivers allow faster than light. So here it says real time. So for me, this is basically the same thing. Faster than light audio, video, and even hologram communications. But the ranges are quite limited. Small subspace transceivers may only reach a few light years away. So we've already established that an X-Wing, that is 25 light years, although high-powered units can reach a distance of well over 100 light years. Most starships have a subspace transceiver for distress signals, and the average citizen can normally afford to send a subspace message at a relatively modest cost. And then it goes on, many sector governments maintain subspace satellite networks for a sector-wide communications grid. And this is what in my world basically every sector has. In theory, messages can be relayed across the galaxy by skipping them across several subspace networks, but it can take several days or even weeks for a message to be delivered, and this is across the galaxy. So long story short, this is what I'm using, and because I think it is good for role-playing and story purposes that people can talk to each other. So I'm playing it so that you can basically route your handheld comlink if you got a ship nearby or a government building or even like a satellite in orbit. You can route your comm signal through a subspace transceiver to basically talk to people in the sector, and you got to basically imagine it like our cell phone networks work. So if you are walking around with your comlink, the nearest subspace transceiver has it basically registered, and then when this com code is called, basically those subspace transceivers within the sector are linked like the mobile phone cells, and then practically where you are knows where the recipient is, and then the message is routed through those subspace transceivers. So it might be that this is made up by me, but this is why I play, that you can talk to each other, at least if you're within the same sector. So this probably took way longer than it should, but I just wanted to make it clear. But what this book also says, and this is, however, that I'm not playing it this way, is that these devices cannot be used while traveling through hyperspace, only in real space. But I think that wouldn't make sense if you can't reach a ship in hyperspace. And we've seen in the movies, in Rogue One, for example, when they were flying through hyperspace, they were receiving orders from Yavin. And I'm not sure about the Clone Wars series, but I'm playing it so that, of course, you can also use these devices while traveling through hyperspace, at least your ship-based subspace transceiver. But now back to our story. So we were sort of in a predicament, in a little cliffhanger here. So we were talking to this Godel crime lord or lieutenant to pick up our promised cargo, but there was some problems. He wanted double the money, and he will not let us leave without either us paying or leaving our ship as insurance, which is of course not an option. So what we're doing now is we want to talk to see if we can reach Tula, our rebel contact, to advise her of the situation and ask if she's willing to pay double. All right, so we move a little off to the side. We told them that we need to check, and now we are trying to reach Tula. With my comlink, we exchanged com codes, boosted through the subspace transceiver of my ship, which is landed here because we wanted to pick up the crates. However, I'll only give it a 20% chance because Tula, she's on business, for the Alliance, and this business might or probably took her out of the sector, so we might not be able to reach her, at least not in a reasonable amount of time, because I'm sort of like restricting this to the sector. So it is a 20% chance for a yes that we can reach her. So let's see, 20%, 48 no, as expected. So I'm whispering to Raya, I can't reach her. She's probably out of range, maybe out of the sector on some Alliance business. So, but I think it is in your interest as well that we do not leave this ship here. No way. And what do you think? Can we take them? And Raya goes, I am pretty confident that we can. But of course there's a risk. But as you said, I don't see any other choice. We should try to get the jump on them. And as she says this Godel goes, hey, what's the holdup? I need an answer now. Yeah. Okay, and I go, all right, Raya, get ready. All right, and Raya indeed gets ready. She wants to use a force power, tries to use a force power. She wants to use the battle mind power. The battle mind power, or technique as I call them, would boost her attack and her AC by +2 in personal combat for 12 combat rounds. However, she's got to activate it with a check. It's an intelligence-based force technique. Her intelligence modifier is 0, so she only gets the level bonus, and because it's not a primary attribute, it's half character level, so she only gets +2. So she needs to get a 15. A 15 is always the default in this Forge adapted system with a +2. So this is quick, it's an action, so let's see. Yes, 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 natural 20, because this is great, because, let me get up the document up here, because now, because I rolled a critical success, she gets a +4 bonus on the things. All right, so Acrobat Reader, just 1 second here. Okay, so the power. Battle Mind. Activate this technique with an in check. If successful, you gain a +2 bonus on all attack rolls for 2 minutes, 12 rounds, because here in this system, 1 combat round are 10 seconds, so 6 rounds, 1 minute. And a +2 bonus to your AC in personal combat. If you roll a critical success when activating this technique, the bonus is +4 instead. So this is great. So I'm counting up the rounds with a, oh, I need this, with a d12. And because it's Raya, she's got the purple die. So this will be the first round of combat. She's got 12 rounds and she gets +4. Let me mark this also with this little die here so that I remember +4. And because this is my first combat trying out the system, I won't overdo it. So these will be regular thugs, even though this guy is a lieutenant. It's more like it's a story rank, not a stat-wise rank, if you get my meaning. So he's still, go to NPC gallery, he's still using the standard thug stats. And here we have them. So they're thugs. Their primary attributes are strength and con. So not dexterity. That is good because of the ranged combat. And they are unarmored. They got an AC of 10, 2 hit dice. However, because con is their primary attribute, their hit dice are d8. And in melee combat, they would attack +2. And in ranged combat, half their hit dice, because dex is not their primary attribute, +1, blaster pistol, d6. So I will basically leave it at that. So I will use the standard thug stats, but I will roll their hit points for everyone individually using my little token, cardboard tokens to mark them. But so this is what we are up against. 3 thugs straight out of this rule set here. And I already prepared their stats here. So let's get out the little cardboard tokens. 1 for every thug. So I can just mark hit points right on the token. Okay. So 2d8 hit points per thug. So this guy first. His hit points are 8 and 5. That is 13 hit points. Damn it. All right, so this guy, he's got 13. Now the lieutenant, 6 and 3, he only got 9. 9. And this thug down here, he's got 6. Okay, that's not too bad. So these are their hit points, and Raya is pumped. She's getting +4 on attack and AC. And by my initiative system, unless we are surprised or ambushed, we always get the first turn. And it alternates in an I go, you go fashion between players and enemies. And I mark activations with these little cubes that I got here from a craft store. They're a little bit smaller than the wooden ones that I used before. All right, so Raya, she concentrates. And of course, we don't know what those hit points are, but we want to focus on the leader. And Raya goes, I'm ready. She closed her eyes for a brief moment, and I faced the Godel and go, here's your answer. And that's Raya's cue. So let me move these into the squares. So she moves, and you can move 6 squares here, 30 feet, standard scale, and attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she lounges forward. In the forward motion, she ignites her purple force blade and attacks. So now she gets +4. So she already attacks +6 because she can use her dexterity with the force blade because it's a finesse weapon. Dexterity is her primary attribute, so she gets +2 attribute modifier and 4 level bonus for a total of +6 check bonus. And now we add +4 because she is in battle mind mode, so she only misses if she rolls a natural 1, because they got AC 10. And she deals 1d10 points of damage. And she hits for 9 points, which takes this guy out because he only has 9 hit points. So this is pretty cinematic. So let's basically recap this. So I go, here's your answer. And in this moment, as if she is just a deadly blur, she lunges forward. While she lunges, she ignites her force blade and moves basically just right through him. And now imagine Darth Maul when he fell down the shaft, but there's no shaft, so this guy, he doesn't even know what hit him. His mind needs a couple of seconds to realize that he's actually dead, because his upper body is severed from his lower body. And the good thing is, with those force blades, shadow blades, lightsabers, whatever, they do cauterize the wound, so at least we don't have a bloody gutty mess here. But nonetheless, that's it. He is done. And Raya acted. Now it's an enemy's turn. Usually I don't like moral rules, because I like combat. But as a matter of fact, I think because this merits a moral role. Okay, so, but you know, I'll give him advantage. So moral, they got a advantage. Okay, they make 15. They don't have a modifier, 17 and 2, so they make their moral roll. So they're just shocked for a second here, but then let's take this. No, let's leave him here, and they get their bearings and just do this guy first. Doesn't matter. He wants to get some distance, so he just moves backwards a little. And while he's moving backwards, he draws his gun, which is a minor action. He can use it, do it as part of his move, as he only moves half speed. So he only moves backwards too. While he's moving backwards, he gets his blaster out and shoots at Raya with a +1, dealing possible d6 damage. However, Raya gets also +4 defense. And because with her, so she's got a 19 armor class. She's got 15 normal with her force blade out, and then +4. So no, because they get +1. So it is 11. It would have been only 1 point of damage. And so for cinematic purposes, of course, she deflects all the bolts with her force blade. So this guy goes pew, pew, pew. Let's make it just 3 shots. And she, pew, 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 as we know from the TV shows, in Force user, because she's not a Jedi, she's a Shadowhuntress, but in Force user style, she easily deflects those bolts. So that was this guy. Now we get a turn again. I go, you go. All right, so I just move up 1, 2, 3 to get a clear shot, so that Raya is not in the way. And I got my... Also, while I'm moving, I'm drawing my Eldridian-made, personalized, finely crafted blaster with the Shanavar engraving in there that I got as a personal gift from Raya at the end of Season 1. And it's basically a +1 blaster, so I attack +6 and deal d8 +1 damage. And I'm the green die. I need to get brown dice, because brown actually is this color. So, yeah, so it is a +6. So my dexterity bonus is 1. My level bonus is 4, because dexterity is primary, so that is 5, but it's a +1 blaster. So +6 versus 10. So I do have a mischance. And look at my luck. It is a 7, so gladly I don't miss, but I deal exactly 2 points of damage. So I just nicked this guy. He's got 11 now. at the shoulder with my blaster. And yeah, that was my action. And now we got this guy still left, and what is he doing? He attacks Nash. So from where he's standing, he just shoots, like I said, +1. But Nash's AC is not that high. He's got an AC of 13. +1, no, 8. Oh, and one other thing that I didn't mention. This system, this is from armor, has a quality value. Whenever you take a critical hit, your quality degrades by 1. And Nash's armor, it's got quality 3 because it's light armor. Raya's armor is also light armor but it's Eldrithian made and unique, so she's got quality 5. But so far, we haven't suffered a critical hit yet. So that's the end of the round. Everybody acted. Next round, I go, you go. We take the first turn. It is round 2 for Raya's Battle Mind, still +4. And yeah, Raya, she will go first. So we could switch up. I could go first. It doesn't matter who goes during the player slot, as long as you keep alternating. So Raya, she will launch forward to this guy with his 6 hit points. And again, attack. And only a natural 1 would be a miss. It's an 8 for 4 points of damage. So he's got 2 hit points left. I interpret this as she severs his left underarm, lower arm. Not the one where he's holding the gun, but still. So she lunges forward again, and with a quick, swift stroke, severs his lower arm. Is she still in the camera? Let me see. Down here? Yeah, I think. And now the enemies go. So this guy, he's at 2 hit points. So he wants to make it count. So he disengages. You can do this. No attacks of opportunity if you only move half speed. He's got his gun already out. So he moves 1, 2, 3, disengages. And while he's moving backwards, pew, 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 again, in his desperation, tries to shoot Raya +1. AC 19. 19! He hits for 2 points of damage. So indeed, Raya... Oh, and now I gotta mark her hit points, because she's got 30 hit points, but now she's damaged. So, party HP... Raya 30, now it is 28. Okay, and Nash, he is at 17. Okay, so indeed he manages to nick her at the shoulder, but her leaf skin armor protects her, and he has acted. Now we go again. Nash, pew pew, Shadowbar Blaster, where's the green die? Here. Yes, he hits, but look at those damage rolls for 3 points. So he's at 8. So that was Nash. Now this guy. So they're basically in a shootout. He retaliates. Oops, +1. Yeah, I still got this very persistent, nasty cough still, but I hope when the summer comes, this doesn't count. It's got to be in here. 6 +1 is 7. It's a miss. 1 point of damage. So, so that's it. This guy acted. New round. Raya again. Lunges forward, attacks. Yeah, hits him for 2. That's his remaining hit points. So she makes quick work of him again, lunges forward. I don't want to give you the glory details, but there are several pieces now on the floor. Okay, so that was Raya. Now the enemies act. Only one enemy left. But he's so focused on Nash that he hasn't realized that he's the last man standing and shoots. And of course, look at this critical hit. 4, natural 24, and 3, that is 7. Takes Nash down to 10 HP. So he scores a critical hit. Nash grits his teeth as the bolt hits him square in his chest, but thankfully, so I marked down 1 quality. Thankfully, his armor took, well, it's not really armor, his padded armor jacket absorbed the brunt of it, but he still feels it. So he grits his teeth, and yeah, that was this guy, and retaliates. And so 1 point of quality gone. And in this game, if you rest, you don't regenerate all your hit points. You just regenerate 1 roll of your hit die plus your con bonus. So it actually might take 1 or 2 nights for him to recover from that. And I need to get med packs. I don't have any. So he... Oh, come on, Nash. He hits at least, but 2 points of damage. So he is down to 6 points from his 8. And that was Nash. New round. I go, you go. Raya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She goes first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, launches up to this guy. And let's see if she can take out his remaining. And it is round, I think it's already round 4. Yeah, I think I missed 1 round. So round 4. But we won't need 4 rounds. Natural 18, 10 points of damage. So as this guy is still shooting, so she is like a blur. This is because of the battle mind. I mean, because of the critical hit and this +4. So it's, for cinematic purposes, it's not only like +4 attack defense. Those +4 are also because her speed is greatly enhanced, and she just, like a whirlwind, moves across the battlefield. And as this guy, so as if she's like in some sort of battle trance, totally focused, this guy wants to shoot at Nash, and suddenly there are pieces on the ground. And yeah, combat is over. Nash looks around at these 3 carved up bodies, basically. And then he presses his hand against his chest where the bolt hit him, and holsters his gun. Damn, Raya. Those guys, they must have really pissed you off, huh? She just looks at me. I don't like bullies. But then she sees my pain-distorted face, and immediately she looks worried, retracts the blade, moves up to me. Let me see, you hurt? And of course I'm the tough guy, or wannabe, so I just go, just a scratch. Guy got lucky. But my coat, thanks to my armor jacket, it took the brunt of the blast, but look at the scorch mark here. 1 or 2 more of these hits, and I think I need a new jacket. Yeah. Rather a new jacket than me needing a new companion. And I go, don't worry, you don't get rid of me that easy. All right, so while we're here, I don't know if these guys, I didn't pay attention. I don't know if they radioed for reinforcements, got a call off. We shouldn't linger too long. Let's search the bodies to see if we find anything. Maybe a key card, data card, access code, code cylinder, whatever. And then let's check this warehouse. I mean, the crates must be here if they wanted us to pay, and then they would have delivered. So I'm sure they're here. So let us just take what we came for. Yeah, all right. Let's look at the bodies first. So we quickly pat them down, and I go like, where should I look first? The lower part or the upper part? And Raya just goes, just pat down both parts. Yeah, what can I say? I'm sorry. This weapon is not for the faint-hearted. Yeah, I think I get the idea. So I pat down his body parts, upper and lower body, and 1d6 times 100 credits will be what he's carrying credit-wise. Damn it, 100 credits. So yay, I'm at 7,200 credits. Let's see what Raya is getting. $200, also not great. So she's at 9,200. And Nash is checking this guy. $400. Well, not bad. Okay, 400. So 7,600. Okay, so at least we got some cash. Now let's look, see if they've got some sort of access data card code cylinder. It's an 80% chance, because it would be 69, yes, and no twist. So we find something that looks like a key card, an access card. And of course, we also take their com links, and you know what, we just shoot them, or I just shoot them, because we don't want those to be traced. I don't care who they talk to, so I just pew, 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 shoot those 3 com links with my blaster. All right, and the key card, of course, I got from this guy, so I go, I got a key card here. At least it looks like a key card. Let's check this abandoned building and see if we can find the crates. Yeah, and because always give yourself a chance to fail, it is very, very likely that these crates are there, because this is their storage house, their warehouse, and if I would have paid, I've gotten them, so it's a 90% chance. Just give me a small chance of failure. 90% chance that the crates are there. 55, which means yes, the crates are there, but because I rolled doubles, it means I gotta insert a twist into the story at a fitting point. And of course, for twists, I go by my solo RPG framework, and because I'm unprepared, I don't have it here on the table. Just give me 1 second. All right, 1 second. Here it is. All right, I got it. So yeah, we find the crates, but let's insert a twist. And therefore, I use my random idea prompts that are in here. So I'm rolling 1d3 for the column and 1d20 for the word, roll up 3 words and see what we come up with. So column 3, word 4, an apartment. Okay. Where do I write this down here? Okay, so apartment. Or more abstract, housing, home, headquarters, whatever. Word 2, column 3 again, 8, cybernetic limb. Okay, an idea is forming. And column 1, word 4, clause. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I got something. So apartment, I interpret in a very more abstract way as basically housing, refuge, home base. So what I get from this is that we are in the warehouse and looking for these crates, but in this warehouse there's also a security droid with like a melee security droid. This is because of the clause that is patrolling this area. Basically, he is programmed not to go outside, but to program this perimeter to basically secure this housing. And but it's a melee focused combat droid, like I think the Phase 2 Dark Troopers, at least in the old Dark Forces computer game, they were like this. They sort of looked like a T-100 skeleton, and I think they were melee focused. So there's one of these in there. So so we basically gotta see if he detects us or if we can avoid it or him. I don't know, it's a droid. So that might be interesting. Okay. And let me get a miniature out just in case. And actually I have a great fitting miniature, but that's the thing, if you don't know in advance what is happening, because there's this miniature, the Sith, there's a Sith combat droid, but this guard droid has to do, just imagine that these are bladed forearms and not cannons. And I will see if I get a couple of these droids out for next time, because they are great for also generic droids. Okay, so we enter this warehouse to look for the crates, and we have to make what would be a perception check. So that is usually wisdom. And none of us has a fitting skill. Wisdom, so Raya gets +1, and I also get +1. That is our attribute modifier. We do not get a level bonus. Of course, you always get a level bonus. So the level bonus is +2, attribute +1, so +3. You always get half your level. But no, 3 and 4. So we do not hear this droid. But let's see if he actually locates us. So Raya, she's got stealth. So she rolls with advantage. It's dexterity, which is primary. So it's +6 with advantage for Raya. Yes, 18. So she is pretty sneaky. But Nash, thankfully, it's also dexterity. So that is +5, 4 for his level and 1 for his attribute. But he does not have stealth, so he does not get advantage. So skills grant you advantage, but it's still +5. Doesn't count, gotta be in there. Yes, 14 +5. So we are lucky. So we sneak into this warehouse as we see movement, and sure enough, clink, 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 there's a droid, and it looks like as if this droid is moving along a programmed patrol pattern. And so we wait until it is basically out of sight, and then we move. We gotta move quickly. So, but you know what? It's very unlikely that we do not get the crates out before he notices us. So what we do, he has not noticed us, so we gotta take this droid out. So while he's on his patrol, we basically sneak up behind him, follow his path, and again, so those 2 minutes are long past. Raya, she's get one chance to activate Battle Mind again. 17, yes, but only +2. And this is her second successful use, so she can use it a number of times between rests equal to her con check modifier, and this is +6 because it's 4 and 2. So this is only her second use, so I don't need to really keep track of it because we will have enough downtime in between. So the first round she gets +2, but this droid, he is tough. Let's say he's got 3d8 hit points. Let's roll him. That is 8, 9, 10, 13. 13 hit points. But he's got an AC of 17 because he's heavily armored. And he attacks, I gave him 3d hit, so he attacks +3 in melee, dealing d8 damage with his nasty vibroblades. So I got his stats there. But I go, you go, we get the first turn because we are actually ambushing it. So Raya will again go first. So she again lunges forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. While she lunges forward, gets her force blade out and attacks. But now it is AC 17. She attacks +8. Yes! 11 and 10 points of damage. Because 11, yeah, she attacks +8 and 10 points of damage. So, she is really lucky with her damage rolls. Unlike Nash, who I think I didn't roll higher than a 2. Okay, so she lunges up and cuts him almost in half. It's his turn now. He turns around. And because I go, you go. And he's a melee droid, and they're already in melee. So he will attack +3 and with d8 damage. And Raya, she's got AC 17 because of Battle Mind. But he hits. 16 +3, but only for 3 points of damage. So Raya is at 25. Now Nash moves up a little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From here, shoots with the Shadowhuntress blaster. +6 versus 17. Come on, Nash. Yes. He hits for 7 points of damage. So teamwork, she basically almost cuts him in half, and he shoots him from the side square in his robot head. Pew! Comes the blaster bolt. and this guy goes down. That went smooth. Indeed it did. We are a good team. That we are. But now let's get the crates. All right, and now we get the crates because so even though if they're locked in some storage area, we got the key card, so we get the crates. So we load the crates onto our ship. Okay, and here's my little outline. So 10. So and I said 10 crates of blaster rifles, 5 crates of medical. So actually it's 20 crates, but no, I was talking the entire time 10 crates. So it is 5 crates of rifles, 3 crates of medical supplies, and 2 crates of body armor. So the total is 5. 10. Let me adjust this. So 5 crates, 3 crates medical, and 2 crates body armor. So a total of 10 crates, and that was what I was referring to the entire time. Yeah, so we quickly load the crates onto our ship. That's the good thing, because we got the ship right here, and then Nesh goes, I think we also should take off immediately. We got what we came for. We don't know if we tripped any alarms. We don't know if there are any hostiles coming. And Raya just goes, you don't have to explain. I'll get it. I'm exactly... I'm your... I share your opinion. That's the term. I share your opinion. Let's just go. Okay, so we go. Yeah, so enter the ship, launch into space. So we don't ask anyone for clearance. First, this is a wretched hive of scum and villainy, and second, we are not launching from a starport, just basically like a wild launch from a factory lot. So we just take off and head for the jump point. However, it is a wretched hive of scum and villainy, Piron. So we have to check if there's an encounter. Piron, yeah, wretched hive of scum and villainy. That is low security, and by my framework, that means a 3 in 6 or 50% chance of an encounter. Let's see. Doesn't necessarily have to affect us, but I'm using Raya's die. So 1, 2, 3, there's an encounter. 3 there is. So let's see if it affects us. And this is on a 4 to 6, on a d6 it is player's ship. So 1, 2, 3 it is against or with another ship. Another ship. All right, so we observe an encounter, but what this encounter is, I will determine next time, because my time is up. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. I certainly did. And yeah, I will see you in the next episode when we will determine what this encounter is and see if it affects us in any way. So thank you for watching, and if you like what you see, please do subscribe and like and comment and do all this YouTube stuff. And I will see you in the next video, and till then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye bye.